morning. Thank you for listening, universe.
Okay, so we're down in our easy seated position. We can find our nice crisscross. So we've got more online than in person today, and that's okay. So again, you could be on your bolster or your block if you're taking care of your hips. Like if your knees come up like this, a block is really, really nice to find a little bit more freedom. All right, let's close our eyes, relax our shoulders. We can place our hands palm up or palm down. Really kind of depends on how you're feeling today. More open, or maybe you want a little more grounding. Softening our jaw, softening our eyes, stacking our vertebrae one on top of the other, feeling the core come in to support the spine, and that'll add even more length on. Letting go of our day. And let's flow through our mountain pose now. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, drawing the hands back towards the earth. Inhale, sweeping hands up. Exhale, hands coming back down. All on your own, just flow at your own pace and try to match our movements to our breath. Release your day. Let go of any tension of the morning. Last one of those. Let's bring our hands to our lower back behind us, and just check in. Just notice, acknowledge we're going to take care of our lower back this morning. Make sure to pull back if we feel any discomfort whatsoever. Wonderful. Left hand goes down to the mat. You can slide it as far away from you as you want to and reach your right arm up. So we'll flow side to side, feeling our backside down into the earth. And each and every time we sit up tall, we lengthen our spine just like a bendy straw, and then tip over. Letting go of any competition today. And if it feels okay, you can deepen that. When we come down with that hand, your elbow bends just a little bit. It'll be harder to do if you're on a block though, because you're already further away from the floor. Side to side. See how that lower back feels with this spinal flexion. Last one, we'll add some seated circles now, bringing our hands to our knees. We'll turn our chest towards our right knee, reach it forward all the way around the front, and then coming back up. Extension forward, inhale on the way up. Exhale down, inhale up. Slowing it down. Stirring up your spine. Let's stop at the top and go the other way. So chest reaching towards to come in front of those knees. They don't have to come in front, but just reaching long. So nice to have people in the studio. Yay. Thank you. Yay. Lots of people here. Last one. We'll bring it all the way up to the top. Seated cat and cow. So hands come on our knees, and we roll and tuck our chin in for our cat. So we're sitting kind of back on our tailbone, tucking that under a little bit. And then we turn that backside back onto the mat, open up, but draw our elbows back around our rib cage. Inhale. Exhale, seated cat. Exhale. Inhale, cow. So this is an option you can use later on if you're taking care of your wrists for your cat and cow. Got about 5 more of those. I'm just going to make sure no one's stuck in our waiting room. I think we're good. Wonderful. We'll sit up nice and tall, back to where we started. Big breath up, inhale. We'll tip over to one side, exhale. Inhale, reach, exhale, other side. Inhale, both hands go up. And we'll twist over to one side. Arms will open up again. And we'll twist over to the other side. Now our hands will come back behind us, chest open, breathe in. and dive forward. So you can take your hands apart if that doesn't feel good. Come forward. Lift up, inhale. Let's take care of that hip. This hip class as well. Time to come to all fours. Let's warm up our hip. We'll add on. So the benefits of being in person is you can be like, hey Denise, let's work on this. Let's bring our right foot out, toe on the mat, or foot on the mat, and start to go to our cat and cow in that way. So if you are taking care of that hip, start noticing how that pelvis tucks under and then turns up. But your leg is essentially staying right where it is. You just warm it up. We can use our fists for wrists, or have our forearms on blocks. Last cat and cow on this side, and then we'll go to the other side. Extending the opposite foot out. And moving through our cat and cow now. Check in with the back. Great job. We're working towards about 10 of these. Anytime you wanted to take a break, listen to your body, modify as you need to today. Wonderful. Back to child's pose, or our first experience of child's pose this morning. You can just slide it right back or go right up into downward dog. It's up to you. Either child's pose, all fours, or downward dog. We're choosing down dog. Let's massage our forehead down on the mat. Just letting go of any tension or anxiety in our forehead, in our thoughts. Inhaling, we'll come back up to all fours, bringing our hands right underneath our shoulders, reaching our right arm forward, our left foot back, and then a knee to elbow underneath, a little crunch, and extension again, and then let's bend our left knee. Wonderful, back to all fours. Other side, inhale, reach, crunch underneath. Feel the core engage, reach again, and then we'll bend that knee and then back to all fours. Flowing side to side. So we come up, we crunch, we extend, and we bend. And if you want to have a reach back for that foot on your bend, you can. And then come back to all fours. Flow again. Inhale, reach, crunch, reach, just the bend or the bend and the reach. Flowing side to side. So some modifications for this one. Holding child's pose or skipping one of the flows altogether. Rolling onto your back and doing some crunches. Last one, right back to child's pose or downward dog. Finish off where you are. And then we go to child's pose or downward dog. Great job. Take your time. If you do move up to downward dog, we'll be pedaling our feet out, warming up our hamstrings, pressing the earth away with our hands. Or we're in a nice, delicious child's pose. Wherever we are, we'll exhale to child's pose. Come into a kneeling plank with our feet up off the mat. So kneeling plank, feet up. Halfway down, all the way down. Let's slide our forearms in front of us. Now our feet go down and we open up into really gentle Sphinx pose. Amazing. Bring the chest back to the mat, slide the hands under the shoulders, press up and back to child's pose. So a little different flow today to focus on the lower back. Let's inhale to a plank, knees up or down. I mean, feet up or down. Down halfway, and then all the way down, feet down, hands slide forward so that those elbows come underneath our shoulders, and we open up into Sphinx. Release it, hands slide under, we press up and back to child's pose. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, kneeling plank. Choose if you want your feet up or down. Go halfway, and then all the way, feet down, elbows slide forward, We open up into Sphinx. Slide the hands down, chest down, press up and back to child's pose. One more time. Forward into our kneeling plank. Halfway down, all the way down. Elbows slide forward, feet go down, Sphinx. Chest goes down, hands slide back again so that we can push up and back to child's pose. And our next flow, you can take a little rest here or just hold. Inhale all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. That's our flow, those three poses. Inhaling all fours, exhaling child's pose. Flow between those two, always inhaling to all fours and exhaling either to child's pose or to down dog. You can do a whole bunch of one. You can go just between child's pose and all fours, or just between down dog and all fours, or flow between the three. One last time. We'll meet in all fours or downward facing dog or child's pose. You choose what feels right for you in the moment. Gazing up between our hands. Now our regular half series. Inhale, full or kneeling plank. Halfway or all the way down. Up dog or cobra. Back to your bellies. Then we press that earth away. Back to downward dog or child's pose. Just one more time or choose to rest. Inhale forward, down. Fill the heart up on your inhale. Exhale back to your belly. Elbows right in towards our rib cage. We'll press up and back. Beautifully done. Inhale all fours. This is the last time. Hold your all fours. And then we'll bring our left foot up between the hands. Take your time. You can grab it behind that ankle. Just walk that buddy up there. Wonderful. Tuck the back toes onto the mat and push to forward fold. Exhale. Let the head hang heavy. Just let it dangle here for a moment. If you want to grab your elbows, you could, and have a little dangle there. Breathe. We'll bring our hands to our shins as we start to move through our forward fold flow. So halfway lift and then fold. And flowing a few more times. So some modifications for this. You can have a big bend in your knees, or you can bring your hands back behind your knees if you want to. And then release. Two more. Chair pose, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Flow a few more times. Inhaling chair. Exhaling folding. Arms can go long, or they can stay at your heart. On our next inhale, we'll hold our chair pose. Inhale. And exhale, stand up into our mountain pose. Relax the shoulder. We made it up from the mat. We can adjust our clothes now. Make yourself comfortable. Let's bring our hands back behind us and in right to our lower back and have a little tiny back bend this morning. Feel the heart open. So if it doesn't feel nice to try to bend, just focus on drawing the elbows back towards each other, opening the heart. Amazing. Straightening it up, back out. We'll take our left foot back. Yeah, left foot. Oh no, let's take, yeah, your left foot, Stella. I want you to face the window so you can see the sun. Enjoy the sun. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, bend our elbows, bend our knees. Not quite as much sun as Mary, that lucky girl. She's got this morning. I think one of these might be like a fake palm-ish tree.
Well, our lanai is certainly different.
Good job. A few more as we warm up our hips and our knees. And if it feels good for your blood pressure, you can start your sunflower flow when we still bend, but then reach for the mat. So if you do get easy dizzy or dizzy easy, you can not do this one and keep your head up. Actively pressing into both feet when we come up and reaching out. Last moonflower, last sunflower. We'll step back up to the tops of our mats and bring our hands back behind us again for our little back bend, or hands come together. So you can stay in our back bend or do your fold. Let the head be heavy if we do fold. Amazing. And we'll release the hands, but stay in our forward fold. Let the head be heavy, let it dangle, bend your knees a little bit. So if our eyes are open, we're looking back behind us. The head is totally relaxed. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Inhale, sweep to sky. Exhale into a nice strong mountain pose. All right, time for our sun salutations. We'll come up to the tops of your mats, find some space between your feet, settle into your mountain pose. Big breath, reach up. Dive on your breath out, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out again. Bending our knees, right foot back. You can do your knee down for that first one or keep it that way. Inhale, full or kneeling lunge. Exhale to child's pose or maybe downward dog. Do what feels cool for you. Stay in rest or flow. Forward, down, cobra or up dog. Back to the belly or right back to down dog. Meeting in down dog or child's pose. Bringing the left foot up between the hands. Take your time. Find your lunge. Breathe in, full or kneeling. And breathe out, push to forward fold, but anchor through that front foot. Halfway lift, breathe in. Feel the back nice and straight. Fold again. Breathe, sweep to sky. Breathe out, chair. Breathe in, back up. Breathe out, mountain. And again, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, dive and lengthen your spine as we go. Halfway lift, breathe in, belly button to spine, strong core. Fold. Left foot back, full or kneeling plank. Inhale, come up. Your salute to the sun. A greeting to the sun. Back to down dog or child's pose. Choosing to rest or flow. Inhale forward. All the way or half. Up dog or cobra. Now either back to your belly and then down dog or right back to down dog. Our right foot will come up between the hands. Take your time. Rise to your lunge. Breathe in, pause, and then breathe out. Go to your forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold again, breathe out. Great job. Sweep to sky, press into both feet. Exhale to chair. Inhaling all the way back up. Exhale to our mountain. We've got a few more. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, dive. Time to build some heat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Right foot back. Full or kneeling lunge. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog or child's pose. Holding or flowing. Forward, down, cobra or up dog. Belly or down dog. And then we meet. Left foot between the hands. Rise to lunge. Nice strong core. Pressing into both of our feet. And then forward fold. Breathe out. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold, breathe out. Sweep to sky. Inhale. Exhale to chair. Back up, breathe in. Exhale to mountain. We've got two more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, dive and fold. Halfway lift. Inhale, strong back. Fold again. Left foot back. Inhale, full or kneeling lunge. Exhale to down dog or child's pose. You can rest or flow. All on your own. Go at your own pace. Lead in down dog. Take your time getting there. Maybe child's pose. Right foot up between the hands. Rise to your lunge. We've got a back heel that's high up off the ground. Oops. Forward folds. Trying to close our eyes as much as we can. Inhale up. Unless you have a beautiful beach to look at, that might be different. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Inhale. Exhale to chair. Back up one more time. Exhale to mountain. We've got one more. You can do something different or stay with me. Inhale, sweep. And dive. Halfway up. Fold. Right foot back. Fuller kneeling lunge. Big breath in. And big breath out. Or go at your own pace with your own breath. Hold or flow. You can even hold your plank if you wanted to. Meeting in downward dog. Let's bring that left foot up between the hands. Rise up into big, beautiful lunge. And push to forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold again. Inhale, sweep up. Big, beautiful back bend this time. And another fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Fold. All the way up. Hands will come to heart. Warm up is done. Breath is flowing. And let's move on to some of the strength portion, the standing portion of our class. Grab a drink if you brought one. Yep, still burn in my mouth. I'm gonna have to let that one sit until the nighttime class. Well, so we'll start in warrior one. Let's take our right foot up to the top of our mat and our left foot will go back. Heel goes down, hips go forward. Bending, yeah. So that left toe is slightly on an angle towards the long edge of your mat. There we go. And we sink down, warrior one. So if you're taking care of your knee, you could have that foot more forward rather than back. Settle in. Checking in with both of our feet. So we sink into our legs, but our spine is reaching long up out of our back, out of our pelvis. Breathe. Closing our eyes and settling into our pose. Just feeling the earth beneath us, using our core to hold us here. Moving into warrior two, so that right arm goes forward and that left arm goes back. So now the chest and the hips open up towards the long straight edge of your mat. Palms facing down, and we're actively reaching, softening our shoulders. Just closing our eyes. Checking in with how you're feeling. Turning our right palm up, reverse warrior, reaching right up. Still bending our right knee. We'll make sure that right knee is tracking towards the middle of our foot. And that backhand, want to be fun, give yourself a backwards hug so that hand wraps back behind us. We sink down. So it's been a while since we've been holding our poses. If it's been a while since you've been at class, you're going to feel this in your legs. We're moving right into warrior three. So as we lift our back heel, we'll look at our front foot. Now we can stay here. This is a modified warrior three. Just shift the weight onto the front foot, or a full warrior three. We come straight in that leg, lift the back. Hands can stay at our heart, or you can put them on your hips to make sure that the hips are stable, facing the floor. Or you can reach your arms long as we feel that ankle getting really strong. Forward fold, breathe out. Feel that back rest a little bit. We strengthened it, now we're resting it. We can step or jump back to plank pose. Hold our plank or do our little flow right down to the belly. Or hold your plank, cobra or up dog, or hold your plank. And we'll meet back in plank. So push it back up, exhale to downward facing dog. Beautiful. This time your left foot will be coming up between the hands, your back heel down. Rise up into your warrior one. So our chest is facing towards our front knee. We're pressing into both of our feet. Breathe. Sink into the legs, lengthen through the spine. You're taking care of your back, and your hands to your heart. Moving into our warrior two, left arm goes forward, that right arm goes back, and that opens us up. And we might want to adjust our back foot, so that depends on how you're feeling. Soften through the shoulders and lengthen through the fingertips in opposite directions. Strong warriors. Check in with the core. Soften that little space around your heart. Turning our left palm up and then up into reverse warrior, where we can give ourselves a little hug as we still sink, press into both feet. I get asked all the time where you should be looking. You can look wherever you want, up, forward, or back at your back heel. Wonderful. So as we lift our back heel, we'll turn to face our front knee. Woo. Let's walk that back foot in a little bit. Place the weight on the front foot. And if you want to, stay right there. It'll strengthen your ankle and your glute just as well. Or rise up into warrior three. Find a place to focus our gaze. Our hips are strong. Our belly button is coming up and pushing in towards our spine. Breathe. When you're ready, forward fold, exhale. Great job. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Step or jump right back to plank, where again, you can hold your plank, full plank, or down onto your forearms, or we'll flow down halfway or all the way, up down your cobra, back to your belly, and we'll push to plank, back up, and downward dog. Hop, step, or jump up between the feet. Awesome. Grab your strap if you've got it down there, and we'll rise up. So dancer's pose for this month is our peak, well, our standing peak pose for the whole month. So if you're starting your month today, first time for dancer, you know, who knows where it'll be by the end of the month. It might be the same, it might be different, and that's okay, wherever it ends up. So if you want to use your strap, we'll put it on our, I like to put it on my ankle.
Right foot.
Yep, right foot, ankle. So you could have a chair in front of you. You could have the wall next to you. You can move to a wall if you want to. So if you're using a giant strap like I have, let's just bring it up here. Right back behind us. Yep, there we go. Or you've got a strap down there. So we start with just bending that knee. So you can hold with one hand with your strap and reach with the other if you want, or just hold. This might not feel nice for your hamstring. If it doesn't, don't do it. I'm just going to turn to the side. It doesn't have to touch your butt. Oh my goodness, no.
What?
If it wants to, it could.
I don't know.
So this could be where you can stay, or you could put this, the top of your foot on a chair or something like that and just hold it there. Okay. So as we start to hinge at our hips, we're going to not let this knee go out like this. It's going to stay in line with our hip. So we just start our hinge. And there's our dancer's pose for today. You can have a hand back, or you can have your hands on your strap. And we're working towards reaching the opposite arm forward. I know it's so fun, this one. right after our glutes been burning from that standing practice. So just see where your dancer pose is today. Maybe it's here.
What is it gonna look like in the end?
Well, I definitely don't know. No. So we're working towards, it's like an upside down bow pose, you know, when we're reaching back, like so, or just hold on to that strap. Oh, my backside. Okay, let it go. Let's do the other side. So not only are we stretching this leg, but that opposing glute is getting really strong. So we'll switch our strap. Just see how you feel, right? This is our peak pose this month. It does work our back. So now we mix it up again. We could just reach or just use your strap if you're not ready to reach. You're reaching back. Sometimes the strap can be even more,
On your neck.
yeah, like it can be a little bit difficult. Okay, so there we are, with or without your strap, and then you start your hinge. So if you are reaching for your back foot, you'll have your strap up over your other shoulder. Because eventually you want to reach for your foot. That's the same side. Yeah, there we go. There. We find our dancer's pose on this side and maybe extend our opposite hand or use a wall. Beautifully done. We don't just hold it too long. Forward fold. Good job. Not sure how you're doing at home. I hope you're doing well. We'll take our strap off. Might use that again later for a forward fold if you want to. All right. We'll come to the tops of our mats. Step our left foot back, right into another warrior flow. So warrior two, right foot forward, left foot back, hips and chest open to the long edge of our mats. Breathe. Run out of time. Oh, we're so good. Start to feel how the core comes in from the sides, from the back, the pelvic floor comes up. We're moving into our triangle pose, straightening our front leg, opening our palms, and then reaching forward and hinging down. This is where a block could come in handy if you wanted that underneath your hand, but you don't have to. Shorten your stance a little bit by bringing your back leg in. Modify as much as your body wants to modify today. All right, keeping our feet right where they are, we're going to look at our front foot and bring our hand to where our front foot is, or our shin. A little different variation of our stretch. Breathe. And then the hands will walk around to the long edge of our mat as we turn both of our toes towards the long edge, wide leg forward folds, hang out here. Stretch your back. Doing that same sequence, just facing the other way, or you can step your left foot up to the top of your mat. So you either turn towards your left foot, straighten that out, bend that left knee. We come into warrior two, left foot forward, or just facing the back of the room. Amazing. Hold here for 5 breaths and see if you could bring your whole attention to at least one of them. Moving into our triangle, straightening our front leg, reaching and hinging. So our chest is open. We can choose where we want our top hand, either back behind us or not.
Straight legs, right?
Yeah, straight legs, but not a locked knees. Make there's a little give in it. A lot of triangle poses, your core holding you here. We'll look at our front foot and bring that top hand to where our bottom hand is. So we're kind of shifting our hips a little bit, increasing that stretch. Same. We'll go back to our wide leg forward fold, walk our hands around to the long edge, turn the toe, and come down. We can hang out in our forward fold here, wide leg. Or if you feel like it, add that twist. So your right hand comes to more towards the center and your left arm reaches up into a twist. Or you just enjoy the stretching more by hanging out. If you're twisting, we'll switch to the other side. And then we'll come back to center. Tick-tock our feet towards each other, but not all the way. So they're still going to be wider than our hips. And we're going to come down into a nice wide squat. So if your hips are tight, put a little block underneath your backside here. Our other peak pose we're working on this month is right here, Malasana, garland pose, or just right here, or hands apart, or our crow and baby crow. Baby crow is so cute. So baby crow is on your forearms and you come forward. Oh man, but that's like a work in progress, I think, for most of us. So we'll just see how our hips feel. Yeah, next time you come to class, bring a helmet. So for today, if crow is part of your practice, float up into crow. If you're just gonna stay with me today, we're just squeezing our elbows or squeezing our knees onto the backs of our arms. That's all we're doing. We're looking forward in front of our hands and maybe lifting our heels and just rocking back and forth. Forward. Yes, that's a deep, deep hip opener. We'll take a little rest though, Stella. Yeah, that is a good one. From there, we're making our way right to a boat pose. So take your time, you're on the right track. We're going right onto our backside. So we are going to practice that a lot more this month. Our hips.
Do it, but I just haven't.
And if you're there for a long time, yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Good.
wonderful. Let's go into boat pose. So we've got some space between our feet. Our wonderful boat here, here, or arms. You know, you could have your hands under your legs, or you could be straightening out your legs. Arms on or off. Breathe. Our feet could be down on the mat. That feels better. Wonderful. So our right knee, your left knee is going to go off to the side. This back knee is going to sweep back until the kneecap comes down onto the mat. We're moving into our pigeon pose. Wonderful. So same deal with our hip. It's a big hip opener. And for our practice today, we can go up and down if you want to. Coming up and down. Just doing some push-ups to start with. And you can hold in your pigeon, arms, chest down, or stay up. Whatever works for you. Block can be good underneath your backside or underneath your chest. Or you can come down to your forearms, anything that works. Breathe. This is a really great stretch for your lower back. Feels amazing. Wonderful. So we lift our hearts up. Our left cheek, butt cheek that is, goes down onto the mat. We sweep that right foot back around to the front so that we come into just a single leg forward fold. This is where you could use your strap if you want to. Wrap it around your foot and pull yourself a little closer. The chest long. are there for. All right, let's walk those hands up and add our twist in now. So we'll bring our left knee in, and we can choose to keep that left knee on the inside, or you can put it over onto the outside. And some more choices come in. If you want to bend your knee, opposite knee you can, but you don't have to. If that doesn't feel really good and you feel off balance, just stick that foot back out. So our left knee is bending. We'll bring our right arm around it. Doesn't have to be the whole arm. It can just be your hand, or you can scoop your elbow onto the outside. We'll look over our back shoulder. Feels wonderful. Let go of January. It's done. It's gone. It's over. We made it. Actually, I don't think I've seen everybody since before Christmas. That's how long. Oh, I know.
Maybe
The next day was foggy. Foggy. Let's bring our chin around, our chest around, and that same sequence we're doing the other side. So let's take your right leg now all the way back, but we want to bend this. That's your left leg. I'm sorry, Stella. Okay, take your left leg back, then bend this front knee, and we come into our pigeon on the other side. Amazing. All right. Start just with our up and down, maybe some push-ups, just to warm it up, see how it feels. And when you're ready, you can settle in to your pigeon pose. Either on our forearms, you can slide a block underneath your sternum, underneath your chest. One side will definitely feel better than the other. Pull back if there's any discomfort. Taking a child's pose if that feels a little bit better. Not there for too long, so we don't run out of time for all these amazing stretches we've got. About 10 breaths here, almost done. Then we'll press that earth away back with our hands. And take the right cheek onto the mat, sweep our left foot around in front of us. So we're in our single leg forward fold here. One modification you could make if you're taking care of your knee, prop it up with a block. We can move into our forward fold here. Bring yourself a little bit closer, always trying to reach that chest forward and lengthen. One side might feel better than the other. That's normal. Every exhalation, settle into your body. Just notice yourself. We're improving our strength today, our endurance, our core. Creating or maintaining stability and mobility. All right, walk those hands on up, nice strong back. We'll draw this knee in and the foot can go on, go across. Lean over and bend and then come back or keep that leg straight. And then the left hand will come around the right knee. And we can look back over one shoulder. So this side might feel tighter or less flexible than the other side. That's okay. Don't judge your body. Bringing out with our twist. Great for your digestion first thing in the morning. A couple little twists as long as your back is warm. Awesome. Chin around, chest around. Wonderful. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to skip. Yeah, we're going to go into cradle the baby. So lots of hip love. Let's bend that left knee. we're going to come into our cradle the baby. We can be holding on to our flex foot or bringing that flex foot into your elbow for your cradle the baby. So we're here, or we're just, chilling with our baby. You can rock it a little bit. So when we let go of tension in our hips, or not let go, when we create a little more flexibility there, that's going to help with our lower back. Simply going to switch sides for our cradle the baby. 10 breaths on the other side. Bring it up so it can be there, always supporting our knee or elbow down. Sitting up tall. Softening our jaw if we feel any tension coming into our face. Oh, so good. All right, we're going to make our way onto our backs. Right down onto our, bellies, because it's all about our lower back. So take your time transitioning onto your belly. A couple fun moves for us. So if back bends are not especially wonderful feeling for you, you could start by just having a pillow or a block underneath your chest instead of having to hold yourself up. So we've got that there if you want to. Now you don't have to. So we're starting with reaching our right arm forward and our left foot up. So even if it doesn't come all the way up, maybe you just slide the toe onto the mat and reach the opposite arm. Ooh, just a version of our locust pose. And we'll do the other side. So you could use your other hand or block for strength. Reach long, lift. It's way harder than it looks to be able to breathe in this pose for a lot of us, including myself. Great job. We'll slide our hands down onto the mat, forearms onto the mat, into our locust. I'm sorry, Sphinx. Holy, it's been a while. So we want our elbows to be underneath our shoulders, and we want to draw our shoulder blades down and around the spine at the back. And we can look forward, or you can look down if that feels nicer for your neck. Breathe. Chest stretch, a back bend. And release it down. Take a little break before we come into our full locust pose. Or you could rest instead. All right, let's move into locust pose. So we'll reach our kneecaps up off the mat. Reach our arms either long, wide, or back towards our backside. You can clasp them together if that feels nice for you. If it doesn't, don't do it. Don't forget to breathe. Strong, stable, steady. Hands come under our shoulders. Beautiful. We'll press it up and back to child's pose. Take a nice, big, beautiful child's pose. Reach our tail back towards our heels. Settle our forehead onto the mat or our fists or blocks. Breathe. Feel the lower back expand. Creating space. We're rolling right onto our backs now, so we'll come forward, shift onto a hip, sweep our feet around to the front, and make your way right back onto your back. So we've got some bridges today. You can make them restorative. So keep that block nearby if you want to. So we come into our bridge pose. Feels lovely. All right, so we'll slowly lift our backside up. You can put your block underneath to make it more restorative. That feels nice, or you'll hold up. And our option today, reaching our arms up, just towards the ceiling. Making sure there's no weight in our heads, it's in our shoulder blades, in our feet. Noticing both of our feet pressing down. If you're not using a block, you can take a little rest now, or you'll bring yourself back onto your block. Just hold on there. Let's bring our hands back down to the ground now. Our hips on our block, or we'll lift back up into a bridge pose. And your modification now is to stay where you are or lift one foot up. Either on or off our block. You can even play around with just unweighting yourself off your block a little bit, or just pressing into that opposite foot. And then we'll switch sides, about 5 breaths on the other side. With or without your block. Great job. Both feet will come to the mat. We'll take our block out, put our backside back down onto the earth. Draw the knees into chest. Give your lower back a nice, beautiful massage down on your mat. Go side to side. And then we'll bring our hands to the tops of our knees. And we'll stir up our knees. So we'll hold on to our knees and go them down and then back to the chest and down and around. So just stirring it up, making some circles. One way and then the other. Great job. Moving into happy baby pose. If that doesn't feel nice for you, just drawing the knees into chest. Or we go into happy baby pose, bending the knees, space between the knees. We'll reach for either the backs of our thighs, tops of our feet, our ankles, anything you want. Put a strap across the top of both of your feet. Can be nice as well. Another lovely stretch for your lower back. Our hips. And when you're ready, draw the knees back towards each other. We'll extend our right leg, keep our left knee bent. Drawing that knee towards the belly, stretching our back. We'll put our right foot right down on the mat. Great. Nice little back stretch. And if it feels good for you, we'll add that twist on now, drawing that knee all the way across the body. Maybe that block goes underneath, right onto the side of the hip, and then anchor our shoulder blades down into the mat, or just reach them towards the mat. Great. Stay there for 10 or 15 breaths before a relaxation. Take your time. We'll slowly go to the back stretch on the other side. So you'll draw your opposite knee into chest. Enjoy that feeling. Let the head be heavy on the mat, stretching our whole back body. And when you're ready, you'll turn that into a twist. So drawing that knee across the body for your spinal twist on the other side. And in your own time, making your way into your Shavasana. You can pause with a little rock side to side and then make your way into your Shavasana. It's a quick one today. This class is long. I spent a lot of time standing. Might be a little bit different for the rest of the week. Settle in. If you've got an eye cover nearby, throw that on. Just block out the lights and let in the breath. Just going to read a little bit, I think, like the first couple things from this nice little book here called Threads of Yoga. So settle in, let the body melt, feel the earth beneath you supporting you. The heart, the center of our being. When we touch that ever-present love that is in the heart, we are in contact with our true nature. Accepting and loving our own imperfect selves gives rise to more fully loving and accepting others. Yoga can be the process of uncovering the truth of who we are. It's love. For most of us, the mind is not quiet. The noise of the mind blocks out the subtle. Out of habit, we just find ourselves in our heads, thinking of the past or planning for the future. But when we come into the present moment, our attention moves into the body and specifically to the heart. Heart-centered awareness is our natural and optimal state. When we are happy and content, the heart is open. We stand up straight and welcome the world. When we're sad, we feel disconnected, shut down. When our thoughts are quiet, even for just one breath, we can become conscious of what's happening in our hearts. Take a moment or two to notice your heart. Maybe check in, find the heartbeat somewhere. Open and close our hands a few times. Release tension, our wrists, our fingers, our toes. Take your time.
And when you're ready, you can roll over onto one side.
From there, we'll make our way up to our easy seated pose. Bringing back the love this month. Let's bring a big breath in, reach up. Exhale, let's bring our hands to our lower back. Noticing and appreciating. One more time, inhale, sweep up, this time hands to heart. Exhale, if it feels okay, we'll bow towards the earth. Thankful as always and grateful for the gifts. Namaste. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Have a great day, ladies at home. Bye now. What do we got? Bye, Sherry. Bye, Mary.